know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in Azekah. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he'll be satisfied is when he's all drunk. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, I got one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. I'm going back to Azekah to wear that ball and chain. Well, there is a house in Azekah they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. In El, I know I am one. Biblical DNA. Well, it's biblical DNA. I am back. As you can tell, probably my voice a little bit, even during that song. I still have like sinuses and like problems. I'm still dealing with like this tree situation is ridiculous where I live at. Got trees, all kinds of trees by my house, and so like it's just hitting me all different type of ways. I done did everything I could possibly do besides actually going to a doctor and get steroids, whatever. But hey, I'm alive, strong, still going. I'm here, y'all. All right. This article right here, House of the Rising Sun, Azekah's Canaanite Temple. Why this particular study is important? Well, this study found some skeletons, right? And these skeletons, basically, they were like still worshiping their deity which we're gonna find out exactly in the future which deity they were worshiping when they were killed, massacred, right? And my assumption was the Egyptians were the ones that killed them. Now that's just my opinion. Now this is my opinion. That's not what That's not what this research says. But it is from what I can see in this research, which was released recently. So we got the article right here on Haaretz. All right, it was written by Ariel dated March 10th, 2024. Right, and so the most important thing is the connection between the ancient Egyptians. They took customs from the ancient Egyptians and used it in their worship of their gods. Now, from what I can see in this, is that when they basically were killed at the end, basically they were still worshiping their deities, and so I don't think they were trying to fight, which is very interesting, considering hey, I would think they would be trying to protect, you know, their gods, their temple of their gods, whatever, or God. But they were basically trying to like make sure, they get their last sayings to whatever deity they believed in, which we assume that it's El, right? So this last paragraph: in coming seasons, the Lautenschläger expedition will continue to unearth more secrets from this Canaanite temple, including the identification of which god or gods were worshipped there, details of its administration, its economic role within the city, and the causes of its destruction and ultimate abandonment. Anyone who would like to solve these mysteries is welcome to join us. And let me go ahead and post this too, so y'all can have it. I'll make sure to put this in the description below, so make sure you check this out. But this is the 2024 season registration. Now this dig is gonna occur in August, so from August the 4th through August the 30th. And so how they're doing it is if you stay longer, they will give you like a discount, kind of like it's pretty much a discount. So as more months, as more weeks you stay, you get a discount for it. But I don't know. I might be doing this. I start my master's degree in August, so I gotta plan it out. If anything, I might do it the first week. I'm not too sure right now. I really want to go on an archaeology. Like I want to be able to be part of a dig. That's something that I've always wanted to do, and I haven't done it, obviously, because of 2020, 2021, all the rules and restrictions and whatnot. Now we have what's going on with Palestine and Israel, so it seems like it's a never ending, like something's always going on. But anyways, I'm gonna put this this registration in the description box. So if you're interested in this, I would highly recommend applying for it. That's that's something that I would recommend. All right, y'all. So again, this is what's so interesting about this. So like as I said, in this they found skeletons, right? And so why that is important, because we're going to find out if there were a continuation of the Canaanites, like if there was any difference between previous Canaanite studies that they found in the DNA, or if it's like a different, if they had like an admixture between the Egyptians. Because what if like they were a mixture between Egyptians and Canaanites? You see what I'm saying? Because that's what, like, they had a strong, right here shows strong, showing a strong influence of ancient Egyptian culture, researchers say. Now this is very important because a lot of the concepts like circumcision, burning incense, wearing white robes, from what I can tell, actually came from the ancient Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians have the oldest documented evidence of circumcision. Burning incense, fragrances with myrrh. We know a lot of that was traded in ancient Africa and Nubia. So we know that these customs were actually practiced by the ancient Egyptians, and also wearing white when they did their ceremonies and whatnot. They also wore white robes. So this is gonna be very good. And this is what it's talking about. They have evidence of violent destruction of the temple, and the entire site also opens a window into the sudden collapse of multiple civilizations that occurred at the end of the Bronze Age and led to the rise of new cultures and political entities in the Levant, including the ancient Israelites. This is why I believe this research that they're doing for this one is and Azekah is very important, because I think they could use the samples that they found in Karaoke, and they can compare it to the samples they found in Azekah in the temple. And let me tell you, if they're the same people, there's no doubt about it, 100% in that the ancient Israelites were exactly like the ancient Canaanites. Then, if we find out which exactly gods they were worshiping, which I'm assuming it was El, it was Ashereth, maybe Baal, deities like that. I mean, that's all. That's all gonna be found out, and as soon as they find it out, I'm gonna go live, and that's gonna be, I don't know, probably one of the best videos I ever done. I don't know. We'll see when it happens. All right, if you scroll down on this article, which is, I highly recommend reading this whole article, is really good. This one right here. The ancient Egyptians would also place a dedicatory object in the foundation of a new or renovated building to invoke divine protection upon it. Kleeman tells Haaretz, "We don't know the exact significance of the Canaanite version of this rite." You see what I'm saying? So the way that they worship and whatnot, like the divine protection, like how they use the divine protection, they don't really know exactly how it compared to the ancient Egyptians, but doing more research, they're going to be able to find out. But we can speculate that the bowl represents a sustenance and the lamp represents light, says Lipschits. So, very, very telling that they had similar ways of practice of making bowls and all of that. So, hey, I'm just saying, let me go down to the ancient skeletons. This is what I want. It doesn't make no mention that they're going to be doing ancient DNA analysis, but I'm assuming they are going to. Another thing is, I watched the Tel Megiddo Middle Bronze Age expedition news on Sunday, this previous past Sunday, on March 17th, 2024, and Rachel Kalisher. Let me tell you, she's doing her dissertation on the findings in Megiddo in the Middle Bronze Age. Basically, they found like skeletons, and it's like the mom and the dad and the infant. They found actually a lot of infants, and they're trying to figure out exactly why these infants were basically what happened to these infants, what's wrong with them, like if they suffer from specific diseases, what happened to them, why they died the way they did. But it was really interesting. So we're going to be getting more DNA information about Middle Bronze Age Tel Megiddo. That's coming up. And then April 21st, yes, April 21st is going to be news from Iron Age Tel Megiddo. So I believe they're dealing with Iron Age 1, late Iron Age 1, and Iron Age 2, which, I'm hoping that we get more ancient DNA from Tel Megiddo. I want it like after the last late Iron Age 1 sample found, because I want to see if there was a continuity in genetics, like if it was the same admixture they were carrying. All right, let's go somewhere. All right, here we go. Human skeletons and signs of violent destruction are found pretty much every time archaeologists reach the late Bronze Age layers of the site, including in the newly uncovered temple. Lipschits and Kleinman wrote a note. 5 victims, all men between 16 and 55, were found in the temple, buried beneath its collapsed walls. 2 died in the temple's courtyard, while the other 3 were likely standing on the roof of the building when it collapsed, the archaeologists report. Whether they were making a last-ditch attempt to defend the temple or praying to their gods for salvation, we will likely never know. Wow, ain't that something? Just imagine you're being attacked and you're basically just up there on the roof, doing last-minute prayers or anything because you know your life is pretty much over with, that you know you're going to die. So, I mean, that's what's up. All right, I'm gonna keep this nice, short, and sweet. Yeah, I'm back. I'll be doing more videos. Again, I will be doing a Roman video pretty soon. There was a Roman genome, like a map of genetics. I believe it was recently released, not too long ago. I don't know, but I'm gonna cover that obviously as I did in my previous videos. If you're new to this channel, I go over the y-DNAs, the mtDNAs, the admixture. I don't know if I'm gonna do any Vahadual. I mean, I can, and I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go over what the admixture of them has been identified as in previous studies. So yeah, be looking forward to that. So yeah, this is Biblical DNA. Like, share, and subscribe.